Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins with Kim Byung-do, a middle-class gangster, working for a local mafia organization. Despite his criminal lifestyle, Kim is deeply devoted to his mother and two younger siblings, who he cares for. Leading a small crew of loyal subordinates, including his trusted confidant Jong-soo, Kim finds himself facing financial difficulties. After a string of bad business deals, they are barely making ends meet, but their close bond keeps them strong through these tough times. After successfully collecting a debt from a client, Kim brings the money to his immediate superior, Sang-chul. However, Sang-chul only gives him and his men a small portion, keeping most of it for himself. Desperate, Kim pleads for a larger share, explaining that not only are his men struggling, but his family is on the verge of eviction. Sang-chul however coldly dismisses his pleas, showing no concern for his subordinates. Later, he meets the organization's leader, President Hong, a more charismatic and seemingly considerate figure than Sang-chul. President Hong praises him for his recent success, and invites him to share drinks. During their conversation, Hong learns about Kim's financial struggles, and orders Sang-chul to allow him to manage a new gambling room that is about to open, offering him a glimmer of hope. However, the tone shifts when President Hong receives a phone call from a troublesome public prosecutor, who has been interfering with his operations. Frustrated, Hong asks Sang-chul to eliminate the prosecutor. Sang-chul, fearful of the potential consequences of targeting a public official, refuses. Kim, silently watching this exchange, doesn't yet have the courage to defy his direct superior, even as the opportunity for advancement looms before him. The next day, Kim and Jong-soo celebrate the opening of their new gambling room, feeling a sense of relief, with the prospect of extra income. Their spirits are lifted, as it seems their fortunes may finally be turning around. During the celebration, Kim's childhood friend, Minho, an aspiring movie director, unexpectedly shows up. They head to a nearby cafe to catch up, and Minho, fascinated by Kim's life as a real gangster, asks to interview him for his upcoming gangster film. Kim hesitates but agrees, seeing it as a way to reconnect with an old friend. However, their conversation is abruptly interrupted by a phone call. Kim's gambling room is under attack by a rival gang. He rushes back, only to find the place in ruins, with the attackers already gone. Furious and desperate, he turns to Sang-chul for guidance, who seizes the opportunity to escalate the situation, declaring war on the rival gang. He orders Kim to gather his men for a retaliatory strike. As Kim and Jong-soo head to the meeting point, they are ambushed by the rival gang. Outnumbered, the two men fight fiercely, side by side, managing to hold their ground, until Sang-chul and reinforcements arrive. In the ensuing chaos, Sang-chul accidentally stabs and kills one of the rivals. The mood quickly shifts from triumph to dread. Gang fights are one thing, but murder invites unwanted police attention. Sang-chul, now in damage control mode, decides to offer compensation to the rival gang, in exchange for peace. He arranges for one of his other subordinates, Young Pil, to take the fall for the killing, and as a reward, Young Pil's men are given control of the gambling room. This decision devastates Kim, who is once again pushed aside, despite his loyalty and hard work. Desperate to hold on to the source of income he desperately needs, Kim pleads with Sang-chul to reconsider, but his pleas fall on deaf ears. Once more, he is left with nothing. Later at night, he drives President Hong home, after a meeting with Prosecutor Park, the official who has been causing problems for the organization. As they talk, Hong shares some wisdom, offering Kim guidance on navigating the brutal world of the Mafia. This moment of connection leaves him feeling closer to the organization's leader, but also with a deep realization: he can't continue like this. His subordinates and family rely on him, and his current position is leading nowhere. He needs a breakthrough. Determined to seize control of his future, he makes a bold decision. He returns to President Hong's house, and offers to take on the dangerous job of eliminating Prosecutor Park. Though it's a high-risk move, he sees it as the only way to boost his standing in the organization. He confides in Jong-soo, who, despite the dangers, trusts his judgment, and agrees to follow him into this perilous mission. The next day, Minho invites him to an elementary school reunion, intending to reunite him with his old flame, Yun-yo. At the event, Kim realizes his feelings for her haven't faded, and he decides to rekindle their relationship. They spend time together, enjoying a brief respite from the chaos of his life. However, just as things seem to be going well, Jong-soo calls with news. They've gathered enough information, and are ready to execute their plan against Prosecutor Park. Despite it being their first assassination attempt, Kim and Jong-soo carry out the hit flawlessly. The prosecutor is eliminated, and Kim is rewarded handsomely, gaining both the respect of President Hong and a coveted place by his side. As promised, Kim and Jong-soo vow never to speak of the incident to anyone, ensuring the organization remains untarnished. But Sang-chul becomes suspicious, sensing a threat to his authority. He subtly confronts Kim about the murder, who denies any involvement, honoring his loyalty to President Hong. Feeling increasingly threatened, Sang-chul devises a plan to take him out, underestimating his cunning. Back at his base, Kim celebrates with his men, flush with cash and newfound power. Yet, he knows a larger danger looms. Sang-chul might strike at any moment. Rather than wait, he decides to act first. As they prepare to take down Sang-chul, Kim also supports Minho's movie project, allowing his crew to interview his men, to better understand the life of a gangster. During this time, Kim grows closer to Yun-yo, visiting her at the bookstore where she works. Their relationship starts to blossom, and they go on a dinner date after work. On the day of Sang-chul's sister's wedding, Kim and his men are ready to execute their plan. Pretending to be regular guests, they blend in with the crowd, waiting for the right moment. First, they kidnap young Pil, Sang-chul's trusted right-hand man, leaving him vulnerable. Then, Kim follows him to the restroom, where he eliminates him in cold blood. With Sang-chul gone, Kim's life dramatically improves. He rises swiftly through the ranks of the organization, finally making enough money to move his family out of their old house. His newfound confidence extends to his relationship with Yun-yo, and they begin seeing each other regularly. During one of their meetings, her manager scolds her for talking to Kim, but they brush it off and enjoy a quiet dinner together after her shift. As he ascends in the Mafia, he's entrusted with managing the organization's lucrative real estate ventures, operating out of a fancy office. Minho visits him, congratulating him on his success, and discussing the progress of his upcoming gangster film. During one of these meetings, President Hong makes a personal request. His daughter wants to be an actress, and he asks Minho to cast her in the movie. Minho, eager to maintain good relations with the Mafia, gladly agrees. One day, Kim buys shoes for Yun-yo. However, when he arrives at her workplace, he finds her arguing with her manager, who was once romantically involved with her. The manager, jealous after seeing them together, tries to force her back into a relationship. Kim's protective instincts flare, and his gangster nature takes over. He brutally beats the manager, defending her, but his violent outburst terrifies her. Despite his good intentions, she is frightened by his true nature, and tells him she no longer wants to see him. Heartbroken, he spirals into despair, drinking heavily and confiding in Minho. In a moment of vulnerability, he reveals his darkest secrets, including the murder of Prosecutor Park and his former boss. Meanwhile, President Hong assigns him a critical task: to pressure local landlords into selling their properties, for a grand real estate project. The reward for completing this job: a share of the enormous profits. Determined, Kim and his men begin harassing the landlords, using intimidation to force them to sell. As Kim helps Minho with his gangster film, introducing him to the realities of a criminal life, he still longs for Yun-yo. He eventually finds her weak and ill in her apartment, and takes her to the hospital, where he begins caring for her. Just when his plan seems to be going well, a rival gang learns of the real estate deal, and buys some of the land out from under them. In a dangerous encounter, Kim is kidnapped, but manages to escape, and track down the rival gang, presenting all the landlords' approvals to President Hong. Feeling triumphant, Kim visits the film set, showing the actors how to fight like real gangsters. He also makes Minho promise to capture the true essence of gangster life. As Kim and Yun-yo slowly mend their relationship, he promises her he will leave his criminal life behind for her. They go on dates, and for a while, it seems like he might actually escape the violent world he's entangled in. However, things take a dark turn when Minho's film premieres. Kim is horrified to discover that Minho used the secrets he confided in him to recreate events from Kim's past, including the assassination of Prosecutor Park. Though the film doesn't explicitly reveal their identities, it comes dangerously close to exposing the truth. Kim confronts Minho, warning him of the consequences if he leaks any more information. Jong-soo, Kim's right-hand man, suggests killing Minho, but despite his anger, Kim chooses to spare his old friend. Against his orders, Jong-soo kidnaps Minho to teach him a lesson. Though they don't kill him, the incident awakens a deep fear and resentment in Minho. Soon after, Kim buys a gift for Yun-yo, only to be interrupted by the sudden arrival of the police. Realizing that Minho has betrayed him, Kim barely escapes, leaving Yun-yo confused and heartbroken. Desperate, Kim meets with President Hong, promising to eliminate Minho and leave the country afterwards. However, Minho's film has become a massive success, making him a powerful figure. Kim regrets not following Jong-soo's advice, and decides to confront Minho at a party. His assassination attempt fails when Minho escapes, but Kim's men capture him outside the building. However, when Kim arrives at the rendezvous point, an unknown group ambushes him. Despite being heavily wounded, he fights back, only to be betrayed by his own men. His most trusted ally, Jong-soo, stabs him, revealing that he has orchestrated the betrayal. Kim dies, realizing that in the underworld, loyalty is an illusion. President Hong and Minho discuss future movie ideas. Hong cryptically warns Minho, some stories are better left as fiction. Jong-soo, having taken Kim's place at president's side, joins the meeting, solidifying his new position of power. The underworld proves once again, it is a world without trust, where no one is truly free. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.